Test within 1 day of boarding flights. I'm Dave James on the Ohio News Network.
Live and local conversation for the Ohio Valley continues shortly, here on the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
Over the years, you've brought opioids into your home. They helped when you were in pain, and you held on to them just in case. But holding on to opioids puts your family at risk. Learn more at www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
With the new law, more people qualify for financial assistance at healthcare.gov. Real customers like Taylor.
You know, I wish people knew how easy it was to get health coverage. This new law has made it so affordable. I'm only paying $52 a month, but there are quality plans for even less.
New law, lower prices, more people qualify. Enroll by December 15th at healthcare.gov.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
We're a farm store, a family store, a look what I found store. We're a store made for real people and some real beasts. We're a hey neighbor kind of store and an everyday low price store. We're Rural King, and we're working hard to be your favorite store.
Make sure you get over the valley and through the woods this holiday season with Providence Green Antifreeze. Just $2.99 after rebate. Limit 2 per household. Now through December 31st.
This holiday season, give family and friends the gift of a night out at West Banco Arena and Capitol Theater. With tickets and gift certificate offerings, there's something for everyone. Call 304-233-7000. That's 304-233-7000.
With all the madness in Washington, Senator Manchin never stops fighting for West Virginia. He's protecting workers and our families. Senator Manchin, thank you for fighting against higher taxes and inflation. Gas and groceries are expensive enough. Call Senator Joe Manchin and thank him for fighting for us and opposing bills that will raise prices for West Virginia families. And ask him to never stop fighting for West Virginia. Paid for by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and supported by the West Virginia Chamber of Commerce.
Wheeling Coin and Hobby on 10th Street in Wheeling, next to the Bridge Tavern in downtown Wheeling, wants to buy any and all unwanted gold and silver jewelry. They are paying top dollar for 10, 14, 18, and 22 karat gold plus 925 sterling silver. They also want to buy collectible coins and paper money from before 1933. Wheeling Coin and Hobby is open daily from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Coin and Hobby, 304-232-8430, and add them on Facebook.
Hello, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster. Weather look at your local weather forecast for your Football Friday. Under mostly cloudy skies, temperatures are near 50 degrees for the daytime high. You'll fall back to about 33 under mostly cloudy skies through the overnight. A mix of clouds and sunshine for your Saturday, with highs near 56. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
In the year 1898, Marconi sent his first radio message across the English Channel.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Let's have a tune. I'm sick of this silence.
There's nothing wrong with being fun and popular and just giving people what they want.
This is not a radio fantasy camp. We're on the air here.
You seem happy this morning.
Is it Friday already?
Friday.
All I'm doing is getting on the air. The revolution will be broadcast.
How about Friday?
What's this?
Did you ever hear of a thing called radio?
Thank God it's Friday!
It's showtime. time.
Live and local in the Ohio Valley, this is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
38 degrees at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport, 37 degrees here at my home studios in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling, and 37 degrees at the Robinson Auto Group Studios, downtown Wheeling, in the heart of the Ohio Valley. Cloudy, a stray shower during the day today, daytime high of 45, 50-ish, maybe a little above it over the next couple of days, and into the beginning of the week. It's a Friday. We've made it through already. For me, it was a short week, so it feels like it's gone quick. But then again, I guess it has. I wasn't here with you on Monday. 7-Eleven on the Watchdog Morning Show. Brother Biff behind the board, pushing the buttons and trying to keep me under control the best he can. And he does a pretty good job. Sometimes it's just I'm like a bucking stallion, too hard to hold. But Biff tries his best. I don't know that I've ever really been compared to a bucking stallion, but
it's a top. You just wind you up and let you go and hope eventually you stop.
And that's right. I was kind of wound up at the tail end of the show yesterday. We had an interview with the incumbent Congressman Alex Mooney, who's running against incumbent Congressman Dave McKinley in the GOP primary for the congressional seat, the redrawn congressional seat up here next year, and had a couple of texts and comments about it at the tail end of the show yesterday. I see I have a couple of leftovers from yesterday I didn't get to, and they must have popped in after I got off the air, and I just checked it out today. Howard, by the way, since this is positive for me because so many people were criticizing me yesterday for the way I handled the interview with Mooney. Howard, interview with Mooney was very effective. Now we definitely know what his priorities are, says one of the texters at 304-214-1600. Another one says, sounds like he was more interested in Pennsylvania than he was in West Virginia. There's that too. I did not go into the how are things in Maryland, Mr. Mooney. I didn't do that. Since he's claimed by some to be a carpetbagger, I'm just saying by some. Including by Dave McKinley, who threw some shade at him a couple of weeks ago about what he was talking about roads. And McKinley goes, I don't know how the roads are in Maryland, sir, but in West Virginia we need some help. So anyway, for those of you who texted me, thank you. I want to catch those follow-up texts from the tail end of the show yesterday. If you didn't catch the interview with Mooney, excuse me, feel free to check it out. It is on our podcast page at watchdognetwork.com, and just click on the podcast page, and the Mooney interview is there. 7:13 here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Biff, I guess because we don't have any local teams in it, so we really haven't done a lot of leading up to it. Just hit me this morning. This is Super 6 weekend, right?
Yes, it is.
Probably have a lot of folks in town or coming into town today, next couple of days for the big games. At least we're having a Super 6 this weekend. That's different than last year.
Yes, it is.
We sort of picked a winner last year.
Yeah, that what a fiasco that was. But we won't get into that. No sense in getting the blood pressure up at 7:15. But yeah, we're gonna have the 3 games. The AA game tonight at 7. AAA tomorrow at noon, and Single A will close out the high school football season tomorrow night at 7. And I'm sure all the hotels, the restaurants, and all the other little shops, gas stations that are around this weekend, I'm sure they're very happy because with everybody in town, they're going to be needing things and places to stay and all that. So it's going to be the economic boost for the city this weekend is going to be good, I believe. It'll be interesting on Monday or Tuesday whenever they figure out all the numbers just to see what we have from the Super 6 weekend.
Well, it is a good weekend for retailers around here. The people people don't go and buy, they're not going to buy a new car or something when they come into town, but they are going to buy sort of the restaurants are the places that I think benefit them. I mean, the hotels, obviously, they book up. In fact, if you've been trying to book, usually Super 6 weekend, you really have a hard time booking a hotel because people are booked in for the event. But if you are going to a restaurant or something this weekend, keep that in mind. I always keep in mind on Super 6 weekend that, keep the game schedules in mind. Fans and teams and friends will be going to a game, maybe going out to eat before the game or after the game. Tonight's game is, I don't know, what is it, 6:30, 7 o'clock? What is tonight's game?
7 o'clock is the Double A game tonight.
All right, so, just kind of keep that in mind if you are going out and about. And if you are out and about this weekend, Wheeling PD kind of reminds you of the traffic situation. And if you happen to be driving into town, you're going to be here for the weekend, maybe you're coming from one of the out of town schools to attend the Super 6, keep in mind you need to be aware that traffic is a little bit different than it has been in the past. I would say it's the same as it was last year, but actually it isn't. And more importantly, y'all probably weren't here last year because there was no Super 6. But again, the most important thing to keep in mind, and people need to know this if they're going to the game, Suspension Bridge is closed. You knew that, right, Biff?
Oh, yeah. I've known that for years.
The Suspension Bridge is closed to vehicular traffic. I mean, you could park downtown, walk to the stadium or something, but you can't drive across the Suspension Bridge. Only way to get into or out of town is the interstate. And if you are leaving the stadium and you're going to someplace in Wheeling, I can't believe these words I'm about to say, you can't get off in downtown Wheeling. You can't get off in downtown Wheeling. So if you're leaving the stadium after a game, you need to get on the bridge, and that's not always an easy thing to do, so I want you to be alert to that. And you're going to have to go all the way through the tunnels and route yourself around at different places. If you're going out to the Woodsdale area, you're going out to Bob Evans or Perkins or TJ's or something like that. Just keep on going. If you plan to go downtown, maybe try out the new Ellie and Jack's or pop in at the River Bridge Tavern or something like that. Yeah, you're going to have to go all the way through the tunnels and circle around through East Wheeling and come on back. So it's all marked, and there'll be police out there. If you're coming into town, be aware there are changes. And if you're a regular Ohio Valley resident anyways, be aware right before game time, right after game time, there's going to be a lot of traffic. We all know what the traffic is like. Biff, we remember what it was like. We know what it was like trying to get off the stadium during a football game, right? Just a regular football game. And we know when the suspension bridge was open. So, with the bridge closed, it's just a bit of a mess. So be aware of that. And
fellow Islanders know all the secret ways to go around to avoid some of that stuff. So if any out of towners want to pay me, I can let them know the shortcuts to get back home.
304-232-8255. It is the Watchdog Radio Network Biff's Secret Route hotline that you can use. Feel free to call them. Biff will tell you how to get around on the island. A couple other notes from the police department. Let's see. Handicap parking is limited at the stadium. Plan ahead or drop off those with physical disabilities. So be aware of that. Parking in the casino lot is suggested, not the street parking. If you can get into the casino lot, you should park there. What else are they suggesting here? Oh, just some general safety tips. Keep your vehicle locked at all times. Smoking this is important. Smoking not permitted inside the stadium. Also, no alcohol permitted in that area. And I'm sure nobody will try to break that ban.
No.
I'm just, pardon me, I have something in my throat here. I don't know what. Yeah, nobody will try and break that ban. And the Wheeling Police Department's got something else interesting going on. If you are coming into town or if you're in town, for this weekend, they have traffic and emergency text alerts. And if you'd like to get those, like get a sense of what the traffic is like on the bridge or on the island or something, you can text Super 6, just text the word Super 6 to the number 69310, 69310. So you text Super 6 to 69310, and you'll get emergency or safety alerts during the weekend if there's anything that you need to know about. So just some notes from the Wheeling PD. Of course, it's more than just trying to get around. It's actually to play a game, Biffy, and well, I guess there should be some doozies this weekend, huh?
Yeah, we mentioned Double A starts it off tonight, and that's at 7 o'clock, and that is number 16 Fairmont Senior at 8-4, taking on number 2 Independence, who is undefeated at 11-0. And I'll give you a little geography lesson for the day because I had no clue where Independence was or is. So if you're familiar with the Grafton or Kingwood area of the state, Independence is actually in between Grafton and Kingwood. So that's where Independence is.
I didn't know. I was making some notes last night, and in fact, I had to go back and double check to make sure I had the name right. Independence. What is this? Where is this? I had no idea. So
yeah, so it's
thank you. So it's around the Kingwood area.
Yeah, Grafton, Kingwood. It's right in the middle of there, and they are the Patriots. They look like the New England Patriots. Their color scheme and their uniforms and everything. But Fairmont Senior, no stranger to the Super Six, really. Not surprised that Fairmont Senior is in. I think it's the fact that how they got in the playoffs that's interesting, and Fred and Dave explained that Saturday morning on the scoreboard show. And should Fairmont Senior, who is again the 16 seed, if they were to beat Independence tonight and win the AA championship, they ought to send a Christmas card to the Wheeling Park football team, because Wheeling Park actually helped Fairmont Senior get in the AA playoffs. So, if Fairmont Senior wins tonight, they ought to send Park a Christmas card, because that's who they have to thank for getting in. So that's the AA game tonight. And then tomorrow is the AAA game at noon, which, in my opinion, I think is going to be the best one of the 3 games. That's number 2 Martinsburg at 12-1. Their only loss of the year was the Spring Valley, taking on undefeated Huntington, the number 1 seed at 13-0. And anytime you hear Martinsburg and playing for a championship, I joke. I say the people of Martinsburg, I think they have second homes here in Wheeling this weekend, because it seems like they're here almost every year. And Huntington, I think it's been a while since Huntington has been in the championship game, but I think the AAA game, again, in my opinion, I think is going to be the best one of the 3 games. And then, of course, the single A game Saturday night at 7 to close out the football season. The 6 seed Williamstown at 11-2. Taking on the number 4 seed Ritchie County, who is 12-1. And again, Williamstown, they are no strangers to the Super Six. They have been here many a time. Usually they're playing Wheeling Central for a championship, but this year it was not meant to be. And I've kind of adopted Williamstown as my team just for one night, and that'll be Saturday night. So I will be a Williamstown Yellow Jacket fan tomorrow night, and hope that they win the Class A championship. So, you've got some familiar teams that are going to be in the Super Six: Martinsburg, Fairmont Senior, Williamstown. Independence is a new team. Huntington, no stranger to being in the Super Six, and Ritchie County, kind of same thing, kind of a newer team that's going to play. So, but if I were going to a game, I would probably want to go see the AAA game in Martinsburg and Huntington. I just think that's going to be the best one out of the 3.
Well, as you said, Martinsburg has been here a lot. They're familiar with the stadium. They're familiar with they know what it's like to play in a Super Six championship game. In fact, our friend Fred Persinger has a look at the Martinsburg team here as one of our Super Six previews we've got for you this morning.
This
This is the Metro News High School Football Report. Here's Fred Persinger.
They have often been referred to as the kings of AAA. We'll have that story after this from ZML Architects and Engineers at the forefront of school design in West Virginia, online at zmlm.com.
As well.
Number 2 Martinsburg for the AAA title. Kick from Wheeling Island Stadium is set for high noon.
This has been the High School Football Report with Fred Persinger on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
And Freddie and the gang will be in town, probably are in town. Hi, Fred. Probably are in town already getting set for the Super Six this evening and throughout the weekend. So, again, welcome to the teams, the fans who are in town from out of town. And if you're planning to go to a game from in town, just keep in mind all the little reminders that we gave to you this morning. We may preview some of the other matchups a little bit later on this morning. Here on the Watchdog Morning Show, it is 7:28 after the hour. Good morning. Welcome to Friday. Welcome to Super Six weekend here in the Upper Ohio Valley. What are we doing today besides Super Six conversation? Well, last-minute vote on Capitol Hill yesterday keeps the government running, rather than that possible shutdown they were facing for today. So that's good news. ABC News has the story on that. City of Wheeling ready to displace yet another homeless camp. The Ohio County Health Board encourages public and private businesses to consider a vaccine mandate. New president named at the Wheeling Area Chamber of Commerce. The Friday Funnies look at late night last night, and also we'll have some stand-up comedy from Ray Romano about shopping. And in the Friday Roundtable, newspaper editor John McCabe and I will kick around all of the Ohio Valley news stories of the week, including a protest filed over the bid that was awarded for the new downtown Wheeling parking garage. McCabe and I with the Roundtable coming up in the 9 o'clock hour of the show. Coming up after we check some news and sports, we'll have Aaron Myler, who'll have our full forecast for us, and then a little COVID update, COVID conversations from Joe Biden, from Governor Justice, from the Ohio County Health Department. Got all that stuff straight ahead. We're the Watchdog Morning Show. Brother Biff's behind the board. I'm Howard Monroe. I trust you know who you are. 7:30 in the morning here on the show. We're looking at 38 degrees at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport, 37 here at my home studios, and 37 at the Robinson Auto Group Studios, downtown Wheeling, in the heart of the Ohio Valley.
The WTRF Channel 7 News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
Now it's time.
All right, I drank all my coffee, Biff. Back in a minute. Going to make some more.
the Brooke County Circuit Court to make renovations. While lawmakers in Washington work on passing another $1 trillion-plus spending package for President Biden's Build Back Better agenda, the public waits to see what they get out of the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. President Biden signed the package into law. It featured several provisions Ohio Senator Sherrod Brown claims will benefit the Ohio Valley. Senator Brown says multiple counties can see money for sewer systems and broadband. The Ohio State Highway Patrol reminds you to drive safely this holiday season. Their troopers say they don't want to tell yet another family someone they love won't make it home for the holidays. They're putting an emphasis on stopping drivers who are in any way impaired throughout December. That can mean alcohol, illegal drugs, or even prescription medicine. Anything that keeps you from being fully alert while on the road. Now let's look at your headlines. Have a great day and an even better weekend, everyone.
Beat the Saints in New Orleans 27-17. This is Dallas quarterback Dak Prescott.
To have a win rolling into this and then being able to just propel and hit this last stretch of 5 games the right way.
The Cowboys defense intercepted the Saints 4 times. And Dallas was missing head coach Mike McCarthy and 5 assistants due to positive 19 tests. Cowboys improved to 8-4. Saints dropped to 5-7. The struggling Pittsburgh Steelers, 5-5-1, host the Baltimore Ravens at 8-3 Sunday afternoon at Heinz Field with that Steeler defense blitz Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson. This is the captain of that Steeler defense, Cam Hayward.
If you blitz them, you got to get home because you're leaving your corners on an island, and if they have to defend for a long time, that's not a good decision.
ACC title game Saturday night, 10-2 Pitt, a slight favorite to beat 10-2 Wake Forest. This is Pitt head coach Pat Narduzzi.
It's going to be a great game. I mean, they got a great offense. We got a great offense. We got a good defense. They got a good defense. We're going to find out, and we got to go make plays. And the team that makes most plays is going to win.
And the Penguins are back in action Saturday night when they visit a struggling Vancouver Canuck hockey team. The Penguins, by the way, will try and snap a 3-game
Okay, I'm back, Biff.
Families, and ask him to never stop fighting for West Virginia. Paid for by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and supported by the West Virginia Chamber of Commerce.
Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 want to thank the owners and contractors of the Ohio Valley for using their locally trained workers to help build for the future. Local 83 helps design, fabricate, and build the gas infrastructure for the oil and gas industry here in the Ohio Valley. Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 is 300 members strong and growing. They also do residential, commercial, and industrial work on both sides of the river. For more information, call Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 at 304-233-4445.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Highland Sports Complex is the coolest destination for sports and entertainment the Ohio Valley has ever seen. Pop in for some open basketball in our field house or reserve some turf time for your next practice or game on our synthetic fields. Online registration is open for development classes and leagues for youth and adults. Highland Sports is also the hottest destination for birthday parties and other events. So come challenge yourself on our play climb and enjoy your favorite virtual reality game in the arcade. No memberships required, so visit highlandsports.com to find your next entertainment experience and get ready to reach new heights.
Introducing our new redesigned 7 News app. Our new app features a sleek, modern design, an easy-to-navigate home screen with quick access to local news content, and a localized weather forecast. Subscribing to notifications is easier, and with one tap, you have access to recent push notifications. There are more ways to watch and find video. To get the new WTRF 7 News app, just update the latest version or download the WTRF 7 News app in your Apple or Google Play Store by searching WTRF.
CA House Music has all the gear to make your music legendary. With all the best gear, including Fender, Epiphone, Yamaha, and more, CA House will have you rocking in no time. Get the most for your money with everyday low prices. And we meet or beat internet pricing. Play before you buy and let our product specialists help you pick out the instrument that's right for you. CA House Music, supporting local musicians since 1872. Play music for life.
If you missed us the first time, keep going. You'll find us just down the dial. AM 1600 and 1370, FM 98.1 and 97.7. We are the Watchdog.
Conversation you care about from people you know. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
Looking for adventure and whatever comes our way. Yeah, darling, go make it happen. Take the world in a loving embrace. Fire all of your guns and pumps and explode into space. I like smoking.
7:38, 22 to the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Our poll online at watchdognetwork.com continues to be as we wrap up the week with this on the pandemic. As we approach a new year, we're still battling COVID with a new variant rising in some countries. What do you think about the pandemic? Yes, winding down. We'll be back to normal soon. That's one of your options to vote for. We still have a long way to go. You can vote for that. Most people are. And I don't think the pandemic will ever be over. Vote for that as well. About 65% right now saying we still have a long way to go, which I think is true. You know, if we get excited back in June, I think we thought that everything was going to fade away, and then the Delta variant came in, and then we've been plateauing and kind of thinking we're doing pretty good. Now comes this Omicron variant, and we're still having problems. Part of me, as we talked about yesterday, part of me is thinking it's never going to be over. COVID is going to be with us forever. Not lockdowns, mask wearing, you know, all that stuff, but that it's always going to be around, and we just always have to be aware of it and be more careful. But y'all can vote at the watchdognetwork.com, watchdognetwork.com, and vote in the pandemic poll. We'll talk about COVID coming up in just a couple of minutes here. Got some COVID conversations for you. Also some political quickies from the nation's capital and around West Virginia to share with you. On the holiday front, we'll talk about holiday tipping and pandemic tipping as well. Some interesting things have been researched about tipping after the pandemic and in the holidays here. We'll talk about that coming up a bit later on. And, of course, it's a Friday, so newspaper editor John McCabe and I will have the Friday Roundtable coming up in the 9 o'clock hour of the program. Now, as always, anywhere along the way you want to have a say, you can do it real quick, real easy at 304-214-1600, 304-214-1600, the Watchdog Radio Network text line. Feel free to use it. Also, the CityNet hotline is 304-232-8255. 304-232-TALK. Let's see. Going back to the interview I had with Alex Mooney yesterday, after listening to your interview with Congressman Mooney, I would definitely be voting for him. Your, meaning your biased, rude, liberal tone behavior was disgusting. Can't wait for your party to get crushed in the midterm elections. Which, of course, is that's what it's all about anymore. It's all about politics, all about winning and losing, whose party wins, not whose policy wins, not do roads and bridges get fixed in West Virginia, not do we improve our broadband. It's just, I hope your party gets crushed. And that is why so many Republicans voted against the infrastructure bill, even though it benefits their individual states, because it's all about politics. So thank you for your text, 304-214-1600. Super 6 weekend, and text on that. Independence High School, actually this one, Biff says Independence is down near Beckley in Raleigh County. That doesn't match with what you were telling me.
No, and apparently I didn't know there were two.
Maybe there are two of them?
There must be two of them then, because this one says in Raleigh County in the town of Coal City.
Oh,
so
okay.
maybe there are two. I don't know.
I'm not even familiar with the name, so I want to.
Yeah, if it's Raleigh County, then there you go. That's it. So maybe there are two. Maybe there are two independences. I don't know. I don't know. But Raleigh County. That's the Beckley area. So okay. Then thanks for that.
Thanks
then
for the tip.
Yeah.
Yep. 304-214-1600. Always the Watchdog Radio Network text line. The Big Seven has weather for you all the time, and Aaron Myler is the morning meteorologist to talk to us today about wrapping up the week and looking into the weekend. I was just thinking, Aaron, we've really kind of spanned the temperatures all week long. I think we were 30 one morning this week with feels like around 25, and then we were up, I think yesterday we were close to 50, and now a little below 40. It's kind of all over the board here this week.
Yeah, Howard, I'm still waiting for Aaron.
Oh, we're still waiting for Aaron.
Yes, I hope he didn't forget about us, because looking at the time, I think he may.
I think he may have forgotten us.
Yes, it's looking that way.
I would say it definitely is. I would say it. I would say it definitely is. Well, if he happens to call in, we'll check with him, and if not, I'll tell you that sunshine is on the way for the start of the weekend. But today is going to be cloudy, a stray shower, daytime high around 45, down to 33 overnight tonight, back up to 49 tomorrow, 54, mid-50s on Sunday, and some rain could be coming in the afternoon. Monday will be cloudy, a little bit of rain as well, mid-50s again. And then the S word is in the forecast on Tuesday. Cloudy, a high of 37 with some snow likely overnight Tuesday night into Wednesday. Wednesday, rain and snow showers. So, man, just repeat what I said when I thought I was talking to Aaron. We're really roaming all over the field here just in this forecast. Cloudy with rain in the 40s today, 50s on Sunday and Monday, then snow coming in by Wednesday. Man, we're just all over the board, Biffy.
Yeah, we are. We got the roller coaster ride going, and it's not going to be good if you've got sinus problems or things like that.
38 degrees right now at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport, 37 here at my home studios in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling, and 37 degrees at the Robinson Auto Group Studios downtown Wheeling in the heart of the Ohio Valley. Well, we've got Omicron, we've got a variety of other COVID conversations to get to. Why don't we take some time to talk about COVID right now?
COVID-19 update.
Yesterday, in a speech, President Joe Biden said the U.S. will, quote, fight this variant with science and speed. Oh, that's a nice phrase. Who wrote it? I like that. We'll fight this variant with science and speed, not chaos and confusion. Wow. National plan for coping with yet another variant of COVID through this winter season includes more vaccination sites, booster shots for every adult who wants them, and new test requirements for inbound international travelers. Also, the president says that free at-home virus tests will be available although I believe he was talking about tests that your insurance would have to cover. I think that's the way he was talking about it. There is no plan to shut down businesses or schools. I think with the vaccination available, we've kind of gone past the mandatory shutdown phase. In fact, Biff, you know, it's hard for me to even remember. It's only been a year ago, really, a little more than a year ago, but it's hard to remember. Remember when we called it the year America shut down? I mean, businesses were shut down. Stores couldn't open. I mean, it's hard for me to think about those days when we literally shut down the country.
Yeah, I mean, it was day to day. You didn't know who was going to shut down or where or what was, you know, what was going on. I mean, it was literally day to day.
It was, and so hopefully that we're not back there yet, because we have, again, the whole time we shut things down and had all that mandatory social distancing, et cetera, it was all designed to get us through to the vaccine. Originally, there was no vaccine. We have to wait until the vaccine is developed and is tested and is approved, and all of that's been done. So now we have pills that can help a little bit with the symptoms of COVID and so on. So we've come a long way from the days of the shutdown, but we have not come a long way from getting away from COVID. And now the concern is this Omicron virus. 5 people in the New York City area were confirmed to be infected with Omicron as of late yesterday. There was a case in Minnesota, one in Colorado. The man in Minnesota reportedly only had minor symptoms, but he may have picked up the virus during a recent convention trip he took to New York City. Meanwhile, Germany has ordered unvaccinated people to stay home, so they are having a shutdown, if you will. If you're not vaccinated, don't come out. That's pretty tough. And they have barred unvaccinated, this is in Germany, anybody who's not vaccinated is not to engage in interaction with the public unless it's absolutely necessary. And the government in Germany is considering making vaccinations mandatory. So that's sort of an overview of where we are on the COVID front. The Wheeling, Ohio County Board of Health did something interesting yesterday, and I have asked Howard Gamble to join us, but I have not heard whether he's going to be able to do that or not. So he may or may not be here. The Ohio County Board of Health yesterday sent out a press release talking about the recognition of, I quote here, the serious toll COVID-19 has taken on our community, as well as the extraordinary benefit and safety of COVID-19 vaccinations. And they talk about the impact of COVID. They talk about the possibility of death and so on due to this virus, the fact that spreading it is happening primarily among those who are not vaccinated. So the Wheeling, Ohio County Board of Health, now this is the Board of Health, it says, not Howard Gamble, not the administrator, but the health board itself, is recommending that all employers and all government organizations require their eligible employees get full vaccinations. Now, the Board of Health does not have the power to mandate vaccinations. So they're not mandating. They can't mandate anything. But I think it's interesting. The Board of Health is recommending that all employers and all government organizations do have mandates. They're saying to the private and public sector, vaccine mandates work, vaccine mandates are helpful, you ought to put one into effect. That's an interesting take. And as I understand this, it's coming from the health board, not just from the health administration, which is a little bit different than things in the past. You know, we check the vaccination totals on the COVID dashboard in West Virginia on a day-by-day basis. This is where all the information is supposed to reside. But we've been learning that it isn't always totally accurate and up to date. I know whenever I get the release from Mark Ackerman, for example, down in Marshall County, it always says something about, you know, be careful because of the way things are counted. The numbers don't always match. You know, I mean, it's an accumulation of data, so it can be a little bit off. But talk about it being a little bit off is one thing. During this Thursday's COVID-19 briefing, Governor Justice was asked about the fact that the number of people vaccinated on the dashboard, that's where we look to see how many people are vaccinated, that number dropped by 27,000. There was one day we thought we had 27,000 more vaccinated than we do. That's phenomenal. At one point we had 849,000 vaccinated, then next day we had 822,500. What's happened there? Apparently it has to do with the way they count the reconciliation. They finally caught up with some things. Sometimes they entered names into the system differently and so on, but 27,500 people that were counted as vaccinated at one point were not counted as vaccinated as of earlier this week. So 27,500 dropped off that list. Meanwhile, West Virginia is seeing another rise in active COVID-19 cases. We had hit a plateau for a while. We had a big surge during Delta. We kept going up and up and up. And in fact, we were number one or among number one in the country. And then we plateaued, at least. We were not going down, but we were plateauing. But now it's going up again. Over 7,000 cases yesterday, 7,113. 50 deaths reported as a result yesterday. Pandemic deaths totaling 5,000 now, or almost 5,000, 4945 as a matter of fact. So those numbers keep on going up. We don't see any Omicron as far as I know. The last report I heard from Howard Gamble was there was no Omicron noted in the state, so it's not that. It's just for whatever reason beginning to pick back up again. Probably part of it is we're getting lax again. You know, we all got tight and tough on masks and watching social distancing and so on, and then the vaccines came along. And listen, I'm raising my hand. I'm as guilty as the next person. I have been during the height of the pandemic, I was really big on a mask everywhere, you know, don't go out, be socially distant. And now it looks like, oh boy. Anyways, 8 before the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. That is our COVID update here for a Friday morning. May talk to Howard Gamble next hour. I'm just not sure. Had placed a request to him, haven't heard back. He usually says yes, but it depends on how busy he is. To talk about this health department suggestion that businesses impose what I would call mandates. That's the way I read the story. So we will check on that coming up. 8 before the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. We'll talk about holiday tipping and a few other matters coming up next. The Watchdog Network wants you to take time for yourself and your family this holiday season and enjoy some... Okie dokie. No Aaron, huh? Okay.
Four-wheel and all-wheel drive specialists. Let's go places.
Attorney Tom McIntyre.
Life. It may knock you down, but you don't have to stay that way. I'm Tom McIntyre. I'm a bankruptcy attorney, and I'm here to help you. Give us a call, and we'll send you a copy of my free book, When Bad Things Happen to Good People. It's an interesting read, and it'll explain bankruptcy to you like no other book does. Give us a call. We're here to help.
Call Thomas E. McIntyre and Associates at 304-232-8600. Allow us to help put you back on the road to financial success.
From our family to yours, season's greetings.
Merry Christmas from my Watchdog family to your family. Have a safe one and a good one.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays from the Watchdog. AM 1600 WKKX and AM 1370 WVLY.
This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe and Brad Leonard behind the board in the producer's chair.
5 till the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Text line 304-214-1600. The CityNet hotline is 304-232-8255, where Steve is hanging out this morning. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Howard.
How are you this morning?
Not too bad. How you doing?
You dashing around today, or
last
like
night I
like
did
a
a little
reindeer?
bit. Yeah, it was a little. It's getting dark so early, man. I can't see in the dark. It's tough to go to these houses. They don't put lights on, and you just can't find a damn house.
When I know food's coming, I make sure I got lights on.
You're out front in the big red bow waiting for them to deliver, aren't you?
That's exactly right.
Howard, there's listened to your show for I'd say a couple years now, probably 10. And there are days you're so frustrating, and I want to reach through the radio and strangle you, and you have on, so I don't even know who it would be. And I just hate it. And you got these people from Google that come on and give you these holiday tips, and you ask them, what do you use? And they go, none of them. And I just get frustrated. But then you have an interview like yesterday where you go and redeem your damn self.
What did I do? What did I do?
What you did to that guy yesterday at 9 o'clock was embarrassing. You owned him. Maybe your best interview I've ever heard. That's the old Howard Monroe. That's the one that'll, will throw down a 12-pack and beat you up. That's what you did yesterday, buddy, and I'm damn proud of you.
Well, I think I appreciate that.
You should.
I just get frustrated with people who can't have a conversation, who just all they want to do is keep on spouting their, talking points.
He
I
had
believe
10
that West Virginia needs roads and bridges. I believe that there were socialist programs that were. Okay, but stop it! Just stop it. Which I think I actually said to him at one point.
Yeah, and you asked Biff. I went to lunch with Biff yesterday, and I couldn't stop talking about that. And I was like, I said, Biff, that's as good as Howard Monroe is right there. That's what I love. I hate the softball stuff. I hate the Google interviews. But when you do stuff like that and you crush somebody, I don't care who was listening to that interview. If you came away saying you trusted that guy on the other end of that line, you got to be foolish. You really do. You made him look silly on the air. And I got to tell you, he's never coming back on your show. I can damn guarantee that.
He's welcome anytime.
I know he is.
And I mean that sincerely. He's welcome anytime. I try to be polite to people. I really do. I try to be polite to people. And I try to give people the chance to express a different point of view, Steve. But, it's this jargon, I don't want to call it conspiracy stuff, although it's conspiracy. It's just this inability to engage in an actual conversation.
He couldn't. He couldn't put together two sentences yesterday. He had a piece of paper in front of him that had about 10 talking points that he was trying to get past you, and you wouldn't let him get to the talking points. You asked him serious questions that he answered that one question at the end 10 times. I said what I needed to say. You already read it. I said what I needed to say. How can you trust a person that says that to you? My best friends don't say that to me.
It was a yes or no question. Do you believe what was quoted in this article? Well, you read it. I know. Did you? Anyway.
I just want to say great job.
I appreciate the compliments. Since I get so few of them from you, I
know. You better.
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. 8 o'clock on the Watchdog Morning Show. ABC's got the world covered for us, and we'll do some holiday stuff and Friday funnies and the Friday roundtable. It's all coming up.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers. News.
Biff, I have no idea if Howard Gamble's going to call or not. I sent him a couple of texts and emails yesterday. He hasn't responded, which I'm assuming he didn't get them or doesn't have time. But it's possible that he does and did, so if he calls, just let me know. All right, I asked him to do 8:15, so, if he's he calls, that's great because I'd like to talk to him. If he doesn't, that's okay too. Alrighty, and we'll do. Oh, I didn't send you. I gotta send you. I have Ray Romano. I didn't send that to you, did I? I think it was. Yeah. Did I send it? Yeah, that's it. Okay. Okay. All right, good. And I don't know what I didn't check today's Wise Brother comedy. I don't know what the comedy is for today, but I thought Romano would be good. Yeah, let's not do that one. We'll do Romano, and if I need a second one, we'll do Dennis Miller. Okay, and we'll do late night too. Yeah. All right. Just depends on whether or not we have Howard. We'll do it up, sometime this half hour or next half hour. All right, I'm going to go get some more coffee. I'm really going like crazy on this coffee. I'll be back in a minute.